AJ Styles just up and quit SmackDown Live right in front of our very eyes. So after weeks and months of speculating, we finally get our answer here tonight. Ricochet believes he is the one to save professional wrestling. Bobby Fish! We haven't seen him since SummerSlam! Punk is here, but Fish is back! What an announcement to end a huge episode of SmackDown Live. Ciampa and Kevin Owens will meet with the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line. Hello everyone and welcome. This is SmackDown Live. Last week was one of the biggest SmackDown shows in recent memory. So much transpired on that show. And we are already kicking things off with a talking point here tonight maybe, because there is the advocate for the man who we saw return last week in Bobby Fish, Paul Heyman, here to kick things off on SmackDown Live. What is it the man who speaks on behalf of Fish and the Dangerous Alliance has to say tonight? Bobby Fish certainly got his hands on CM Punk last week, and Paul Heyman trying to say to Punk that he didn't earn the opportunity. I assume he means in regard to the WWE title match at Fastlane. Well, if he wants to talk about the man, he can talk about him straight to his face. CM Punk in the building as well. And that is quite the revelation from CM Punk last week. He was going to come out here and announce his retirement, but it seems as if it's been delayed as a result of the actions of Bobby Fish. CM Punk wants one more match, and he wants it to be against Bobby Fish himself. And Paul Heyman with some far from kind words towards Punk, but it seems as if he's willing to accept that that is the case. He's willing to accept the match on behalf of Bobby Fish. One more match for CM Punk next Sunday at No Way Out. Punk and Fish, one last time. Well, what a way to get us going here already on SmackDown Live, and we're going to be ending with a big match as well. For the first time since Fastlane, Finn Bálor in action, one-on-one with the villain Marty Scurll. What a big main event that promises to be, with two big names involved. Well, there we have it already, a massive blow to SmackDown Live maybe, but a huge announcement from Punk in the same breath. Next Sunday he will fight his very last match. He will go one-on-one with Bobby Fish, but he will announce his retirement from this universe. That will be his last contest in this universe. The five-time world champion looking to go out with one final high. So there we have it. It is going to be one last time for CM Punk and Bobby Fish, a very storied rival they've had on SmackDown Live over the years. And speaking of highs, Matt Riddle coming towards the ring right now, looking to pick up where he left off last week, I believe it was. He goes one-on-one in action here against Eric Young in what will be a no disqualification matchup. Eric Young still on his feet, still alive, surprisingly, following up from the actions that transpired at Fastlane with himself and Brian Cage in the same ring as one another in that hardcore match. Only Damian Priest here this evening with Eric Young. No sign of Killian Dane. Make of that what you will. But the same rules as they did at Fastlane apply here tonight. No disqualifications, no countouts. Can only win by pinfall or submission. We're about to see how that's going to go here tonight. Bell rings and we're underway here for our first contest of the evening. SmackDown Live, you know, had one of the strongest shows in their brands memory, recent memory, shall we say, last week. And already they're starting things off with a pretty big bang there with that announcement by CM Punk. And I wonder what else is to come our way here tonight. And I wonder as well for Matt Riddle what else is to come his way in the future. I mean, he spent Fastlane, we saw backstage with his mentor, really, or man who took him under his tutelage anyway, in Shawn Michaels, but Michaels hasn't been here last week. He hasn't been here tonight either. I'm not too sure what the reasoning is, but you know, Riddle was struggling to succeed without CM Punk. Maybe Punk gave him a few words of wisdom, and that has found the morale within Matt Riddle once again, and it is driving him on as he looks for a huge kick off the second rope. Eric Young comes up with a counter and a DDT into the mat for Matt Riddle to endure. Look out now, Eric Young going out of the ring. This is no disqualification. He's entitled to do whatever he wants, and he's going to bring a sledgehammer into the ring now. Referee Powell has to stop it as the sledgehammer comes into the gut of Matt Riddle there. Not once, but twice. Eric Young, more than free, more than able to use that sledgehammer as a weapon. In the corner now, look out here. Eric Young sending the head of Matt Riddle into the turnbuckle over and over again, but Riddle firing back here, maybe out of his element in a hardcore match, but that's not going to stop Riddle from fighting on as he slams him down onto the bulk of that sledgehammer there. Matt Riddle certainly doing all that he can in that moment. Oh, kick in the gut there, and it looked like Eric Young almost shrugged it off. Wants a few more shots, though I'm not too certain how wise that is given the beating that he took at Fastlane. The man who didn't take a beating in Sanity was Damian Priest. He just walked out. He wanted nothing to do with Brian Cage on that evening. The smartest member of Sanity at Fastlane, as Eric Young now with steel chair in hand, and into the head of Matt Riddle. Cover is made by Eric Young. Is it game over? Is it back to victories? Not the case. Riddle gets the shoulder up at 2 instead, but a steel chair and a sledgehammer in the ring, and they have been very much so introduced to the body of Matt Riddle so far. The King of Bros going to need to do some fight back here. And look at that. Pure takedown there. Made it look easy. Former UFC fighter, of course, Matt Riddle. Trained in his ability and his incredible strength to take people off their feet as he did with that takedown. Flying forward in the corner. Paintbrushes Eric Young as well. And there's always that confident side to Matt Riddle, just exuberating wherever you go. Look out now. Riddle with a sledgehammer, and it goes into the gut of Eric Young. EY having his turn to endure a sledgehammer shot, but he's able to withstand it, even if he went through a table and had a Weapon X onto a steel chair at Fastlane. Animated there by Eric Young in a backbreaker, taking Matt Riddle down there. Eric Young throwing Riddle to the outside. Damian Priest, though, he might have been asking for Priest to get involved to put the hurt on him. Priest instead stepping back there and choosing not to intervene, forcing Eric Young to go out and do it himself. Priest is okay with acting as cheerleader, but he doesn't seem interested in acting in this match. He's totally viable to do so. It is no disqualification after all. Matt Riddle now. He's going to throw Eric Young up and over the top rope and outside of the ring. And Damian Priest is going to get involved here. Priest helping Eric Young up to his feet. Oh, no, he's not! No, he's not! Damian Priest! South of heaven to Eric Young. Good. Damian Priest with the south of heaven on Eric Young. He just threw it back in the ring. And Priest is walking out. Priest has had enough with Eric Young and with Sanity, and in the middle of the ring now, left of the back end corner of Riddle. The bro mission is locked in. Eric Young forced to look at Priest, walking away from him as he taps out. Riddle wins, but that's not the main talking point of this match. Damian Priest up and leaving. Eric Young. Riddle wins. EY with another defeat to his name, but Damian Priest standing up and walking out south of heaven to Eric Young. What does this mean for Sanity? What does this mean for Damian Priest? Yet more questions opening themselves up on Smackdown Live. Already we're asking questions. But hopefully we're going to get some answers in this contest. Coming up for you right now, ladies and gentlemen, tag team action. Mojo Rawley and the Black Heart in the Bank, Tomasso Ciampa, to go up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn here tonight. We saw the news to close out last week's episode of Smackdown Live. Kevin Owens storming the ring after Tomasso Ciampa beat Sami Zayn, challenging Ciampa to a match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Ciampa said, okay, but we'll do it on my terms, in a ladder match. That is not confirmed here tonight, nor is it confirmed for next week, and I don't think it's going to be confirmed for No Way Out either. You heard both of them when they said it. Be it in a week, 2 weeks, No Way Out, whenever the hell it is, we will step into the ring and we will climb that ladder. Mojo Rawley and Sami Zayn won't be factors at ringside in those matches, but they are a factor in this tag team matchup here tonight. Tomasso Ciampa and Mojo Rawley, a very unlikely alliance, shall we say, formed at Fastlane. Here is that man himself. Blackheart in the Bank making his way out. Claimed that Kevin Owens was his enemy for being soft, and he hates soft people. And so he showed to Kevin Owens, as Tomasso Ciampa said himself, that soft people don't deserve chances on this roster. They don't deserve to be on SmackDown Live. They don't deserve to be towards the top of the show either. Guys like Mojo Rawley do. Guys who aren't soft, as he puts it. Guys who are hard bred to fight. Tomasso Ciampa knows a thing or two about a fight. He had to fight to win the Black Heart in the Bank, as he calls it. And he will have a fight on his hands here tonight against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He will have a fight in that ladder match as well. He will have to fight and then some to hold on to that briefcase. I can tell you one thing right now. Tomasso Ciampa may like to call Kevin Owens soft. He may like to say that Kevin Owens doesn't have the credentials to deserve to be on the levels of a guy like Tomasso Ciampa, and he may say he is taking the spotlight away from a guy who deserves it like Mojo Rawley. But you don't be a 4-time WWE champion for being soft. Kevin Owens is absolutely not a pushover, not a slouch in that ring, and I think he's going to prove it in this tag team matchup here tonight. There are grudges on all sides. Everyone has a grudge with everyone on both sides. Ciampa has a grudge with Zayn and Owens. Zayn and Owens have a grudge with Ciampa. Mojo, the same can be said. There is only two friendly alliances, and that is on either side of this tag team, and there are a bunch of rivalries going on. Zayn wants his turnover, really, for his loss to Mojo Rawley 2 weeks ago, and he wants revenge on Ciampa for being planted into the outside floor at Fastlane with a fairy tale ending, and his loss, of course, last week as well to Ciampa on SmackDown Live. Kevin Owens wants to get his hands on Ciampa, wants revenge on Mojo Rawley for beating him at Fastlane, and more than anything else, he wants to hurt here tonight. What should be maybe a straight fight between Kevin Owens and Tomasso Ciampa has called upon their closest allies to assist them. And I have to ask, because we've seen this in the past, we've seen it this year alone, what made Mojo Rawley think that he can trust the Black Heart? Just a speculation I'm throwing out there. Is Ciampa using Mojo? Or is he serious about his wording? Time will only tell in that relationship, but right now Kevin Owens gearing himself up here for this contest. Tag team match it may be, but no doubt I think we're going to be seeing a preview of sorts towards that ladder matchup, whatever it may be. I feel as if we're going to see a little preview of Owens and Ciampa getting their hands on one another. Right now, though, Sami Zayn's chance for a little bit of turnabout happens here tonight, as he will start things off against Mojo Rawley. We are here tonight, by the way, in Denver, Colorado. We didn't get the chance to say with everything that happened at the start of the show. We didn't even get to show you the little reel at the top because of Paul Heyman's quick arrival down to ringside. But we are here tonight in Denver. We are looking forward to a big night of action here tonight already. We've seen plenty. CM Punk will fight his final match next Sunday. Damian Priest turning his back on Eric Young and subsequently Sanity. And now this match, where we're going to be getting a hell of a lot of answers as well, I imagine. And on top of that, we've got plenty more to come our way. Kota Ibushi and Jay White one-on-one up next. And you better believe that the savior of SmackDown Live, who we heard from last week explaining his actions, explaining why he calls himself the savior, Ricochet, is going to be in close attendance, I imagine, for that match, given that he is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental title. Right now, though, this tag team matchup not only surrounds the friendship and the alliances and the subsequent enemies that come with them, but also the Money in the Bank briefcase, of course, that will be defended for Tomasso Ciampa in a ladder match, whenever that may be, against Kevin Owens. Ciampa and Mojo with some emphatic tag team offense there, as now Ciampa, with the opportunity in front of him against a weakened Kevin Owens, will get his hands on him. Ciampa sees the chance to take control here, and he will grab it by the horns. Takes down Owens here, and starts opening up with right hands. Kevin Owens can only cover up right now, as the Blackheart is in control. Kevin Owens getting the counter in the corner there, and here we go! Owens getting fired up. Big time super kick caught Ciampa there. I don't know if it was in the chest or the jaw. What I do know is that Ciampa's going for a ride. Torture rack, neck breaker from Kevin Owens there. And brings him in, middle of the ring, sees the chance, hooks the leg. Has he put away Ciampa here this evening? Oh, the shoulders up in time. Kevin Owens, though, staying on focus right now, staying on point. Sends Ciampa in the corner. Is it a chance for Sami Zayn to get some revenge for the last few weeks? It most certainly will be. Double shoulder charge there from the Quebec natives. They take down Tomasso Ciampa, but Ciampa right up to his feet and going right back to work. Ciampa, of course, cut his teeth in this universe in tag team matches. Of course, with the current ECW champion Johnny Gargano. Look at this, right in front of Kevin Owens. He is going to put the boots to Sami Zayn. Absolutely no respect shown in that moment from Ciampa. Kevin Owens, though, not falling for the bait. Too experienced to let something like that get under his skin, as Ciampa came charging in there with an almighty forearm on Sami Zayn. Barely able to stand on his own 2 feet, but the backbreaker will take him off them. Kevin Owens extending his arm out there. He wanted the tag in, but no such luck. Ciampa sends him out into the opposite corner instead, and in comes Mojo Rawley now. Look out. Double knees in the back from Mojo. And a backdrop as well comes down on Sami Zayn. The back being targeted here by Mojo and Ciampa. And the Denver crowd trying to get behind Sami Zayn as best as they can here. Zayn moves out of the way. And here we go. Hard chop in the chest by Zayn. But Mojo didn't come off his feet there. Incredible to think that the bulk and size of Mojo isn't really, you don't really notice it until he's in the ring with a guy like Sami Zayn. How incredibly massive really Mojo Rawley is in size and height, but Sami Zayn's speed and athleticism makes up for it. Tornado DDT strikes again. Zayn making a knacker, hitting it on Ciampa and Rawley as the tag is made now. Kevin Owens, the legal man, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Neck crank, elbow drop into the ring. Great double team combination there. You can tell that these guys have known each other virtually their whole professional careers by how well they're able to work in that ring. Look at this. Boot right down on the gut there by Kevin Owens, maybe talking some trash down to Mojo Rawley as well. It was Mojo who was the first to fire a shot, really. It was Mojo who was the first to start all of this, and Kevin Owens making sure that he is the one to finish the dealings between himself and Mojo Rawley ahead of the eventual ladder match. Oh, Kevin Owens making sure Tomasso Ciampa knew what he thought about him. Owens breaker strikes on Mojo. Ciampa knocked off the mat with a big right hand. And it's not going to be the pop-up power bomb for Rawley. It's the package pile driver. The worst fate imaginable when you're in the ring with a guy like Kevin Owens. Tomasso Ciampa, have you learnt now? Kevin Owens is no pushover, and he's coming for that briefcase. Owens and Zayn victorious here this evening. Owens finally gets the pin on Mojo Rawley, but it's only the beginning here. Look out! Owens and Ciampa break it down in the ring. Break it down in the ring right now. Zayn just going to stand back and let it happen. The fight is on between these two right now. Strikes, chops, whatever they could get their hands on. Clothesline spells onto the outside. The match is over, but the hatred these two men possess for one another has only just begun. And it will encapsulate, it will boil over all the way to that ladder match for the briefcase. We don't know when it is, but the longer it takes to happen, the more likely it is for something like this to break out. The briefcase is secondary to the hatred these two men have for one another. Who knows where they're going to fight either, if anyone's going to break them up either. We can only hope is the question to that one, or is the answer to that one rather. Right now, folks, on another hectic edition of Smackdown Live, we have to move on to our next contest of the evening. It is going to be Kota Ibushi, the newest member of the Saviors, taking on the Intercontinental Champion, the Switchblade, Jay White. Ibushi made his way out with the Saviors for the very first time last week. Of course, having joined them due to the loss he took to Ricochet at Fastlane. And I said he'd be in close attendance, and that was certainly the case. Ricochet at ringside, analyzing his former rival, of course, and his current Savior member. Ricochet spoke last week backstage saying why he calls himself the Savior of Smackdown Live. He said he's here to save professional wrestling, to cleanse it from the likes of the bigger names, that you don't need to be someone as huge as a Brian Cage. You don't need to be someone with gifted talents like Kazuchika Okada. You can make it regardless of your size, but you can only make it through the powers and the assistance of Ricochet. That is why he calls himself the Savior. He believes he has saved the careers of Drew Gulak, Roderick Strong. Now he believes he'll do the same with Kota Ibushi. I don't know how much this partnership is going to work, though. I know they were tag team partners before, but plenty has happened since now and then. But it seems as if Ibushi doing what is told of him, whether he wants to or not. Right now, though, the Switchblade makes his way out here this evening. Jay White ready and raring to go with this contest here this evening. Non-title action as Jay White prepares to go up against Ricochet. We're not certain when the date is for that one either. We know it won't be at No Way Out, so whether or not it will be extended past that, maybe to the first Smackdown of the next series of Universe, maybe all the way to Survivor Series, maybe even all the way to Smackdown exclusive pay-per-view, which will be revealed for us all next week, along with the Raw and ECW pay-per-views following up from Survivor Series. But as for right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is non-title action. We heard in Ricochet's, not really an interview, but his declaration really last week, that he said that Ibushi, should he beat Jay White here tonight, would be handsomely rewarded for his actions, for his assistance for the Saviors. Obviously, I have no idea what that means, but it's always fun to speculate about stuff like this. What does he mean by that? Is it just, is it one of those false promises, really, that he's not going to give Ibushi anything in return? Or is there maybe something that he's trying to line up for the Golden Star, if he's able to get a big win here over the Switchblade? Ricochet, of course, picked up the win against him 2 weeks ago, albeit through the assistance and the interference backstage from, sorry, not backstage, at ringside from Drew Gulak and Roderick Strong. What here this evening? But oh, Kota Ibushi catching him with the inside of his leg. It looked like more than the knee. Cover is made, and that's why it only got one. It looked like he caught him with the side of the knee, much more than the brunt of it, the face of it. That would have done a hell of a lot more damage on Jay White here. The Switchblade, who has been the Intercontinental Champion now for about 4 months, and showing there his brutality with a massive powerbomb. Muta lock applied here, but Ibushi right next to the ropes. Also here as Ibushi was making his way out as well, the kind of, not really a 50-50 reaction for Ibushi. It was kind of more like a 80-20, even though he's aligned with Ricochet. These fans in attendance here in Denver, they really do have almost a soft spot for Ibushi. Maybe they still believe that there's some good left in Ibushi, that he's only doing what he has to because he tried to fight with pride, with honor, and in the end, of course, succumbed to the ways of Ricochet via defeat. Maybe they still have good in their heart, and maybe they still sense there's good in the heart of Kota Ibushi. I'm not too certain, but right now, though, they are watching this contest the same as we are. Great straight jacket German suplex there by Kota Ibushi. Once again, only gets the counter one, however. Jay White coming back here. Look at that, takes the leg out from Kota Ibushi right away. Spinning Toho being applied here. It may not look flashy, but it certainly is effective. It may well take some speed away from Kota Ibushi as well, and the effectiveness of his legs as well. Hot chop in the chest from Jay White. Made a knack of those when he last defended the Intercontinental title at Fastlane against Dean Ambrose. Last time we saw Dean Ambrose as well, man said he was going to take some time out and find himself, whatever that may have meant. Right now, though, Ibushi fights his way out of the chin lock there. Nice kick in the gut. Counter made there by Jay White, however. Oh, big right hand from behind now. Back suplex, and Ibushi's taken off his feet. Ricochet a non-factor so far at ringside. Good to see it, allowing these two incredible athletes to do battle with one another. Oh, and White going right back to the legs again. Looks like it's the other leg from the spinning toe hold. Kicked him right in the face of the knee there. That is a brutal move. Regal plex now from Jay White. Leg is hooked. Is it all over? No, only a counter one again. Brings him up to his feet. And once more. This time it's a backbreaker, however, but Ibushi has seemingly gone on the back foot, and White maybe pointed to his head there as if to say he was smart, as if to say he thought that Ibushi was going to counter that back suplex, so instead he just delivered a backbreaker. Oh, there's that knife-edge chop again coming in from Jay White, but Ibushi counters, kicks the leg out from underneath the switchblade there. Opportunity now, overhead suplex from Ibushi. Jay White rolls to the outside here. Not a place you want to be, even with Kota Ibushi around. Suplex, oh no, White plants his weight down and just dumps Ibushi back in the ring. Neither guy seeming all that close to claiming victory, has to be said. Definitely a pay-per-view caliber matchup we're getting right now for you, as we build up towards Ricochet and Jay White, the Intercontinental title, whenever that may be. As for right now, however, Jay White may have been thinking Kiwi Crusher there. Counter made by Kota Ibushi, knocks him. And a dragon suplex there will fold up Jay White. Brutal landing for the switchblade. Quick body shots coming in there from Kota Ibushi. Couldn't get a third one in, however. Jay White came up with the counter. And an emphatic suplex takes Ibushi off his feet as well. Good work on the switchblade thus far. Oh, hang on. Ricochet at ringside. You knew he wasn't going to be a non-factor forever. He's getting in the face of Jay White, and Ibushi from behind with a straight jacket German. White couldn't help but get in the face of Ricochet again. He fell for the same tricks as he did 2 weeks ago, and it may prove costly. Kamigoye! Ibushi hooks the leg. Ricochet cheers him on. Ibushi just beat the Intercontinental Champion. Jay White said he'd handsomely reward Ibushi if he got the win. Well, he did. It was through the assistance of Ricochet, but Ibushi beats White. And what does that mean on our way to the Intercontinental title match? The hell is transpiring back here now, ladies and gentlemen? It's Carl Anderson and Sheamus in the parking lot. And in catering, it's Bobby Lashley and Luke Gallows, the Dangerous Alliance, and the Good Brothers going to war right now. Maybe it's all about dominance in the tag team division. Maybe the Dangerous Alliance were looking to get their names out there right away for a shot at the tag team champions. I'm not too certain, but it seemed as if when the pictures were fading that it was advantage to the Good Brothers. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a massive contest coming up for us here. And I'm not just saying that because Tegan Nox is in action. Coming up right now, though, a great opportunity handed down for Tegan Nox, though, by the Smackdown general manager, Christian James. Labeled this the #1 contenders match. Said he wanted to see some new, fresh faces maybe going for the Smackdown Women's title. You know, this year it's been a lot of Nikki Cross, Becky Lynch, Paige, Asuka. Now it's trying to see if a fresher face can get themselves in the division. Right now, though, it's going to be two faces going for the same prize. It's going to be Sasha Banks, who we've been seeing these last few weeks, picking up some wins over Sonya Deville, over Mandy Rose as well in subsequent weeks. And here tonight, her opponent going to be the Welsh Wizard herself, and Tegan Nox. So a massive opportunity here for my fellow countrywoman to make something happen against the boss. The winner, of course, will get their hands on Paige for the SmackDown Women's title. Sasha Banks looking to make the most of the opportunity in front of her, looking to continue the momentum she has been running with for a number of weeks now, really. Sasha Banks looking to continue, looking to keep pounding that momentum, looking to get her hands on Paige. Tegan Nox, of course, wanting the same as well. Let's see which way this contest will go. Sasha Banks has had more time in ring. She's maybe a little bit more ring savvy, a little bit more ring confident than Tegan Nox is. But there's nothing to say that Tegan Nox hasn't been training week in and week out for this opportunity and looking to make the most of it here tonight, looking to pick up what could be potentially labeled as an upset victory over Sasha Banks and leave Denver here tonight knowing she is next in line for the SmackDown Women's title, and Paige in turn as well. Chance for Tegan Nox here to get that big opportunity. Can she make it happen here against Sasha Banks? We're going to find out. Calling about tie-up here between these two women. Tegan Nox with the side headlock takeover there, and Sasha Banks. But it's Banks who gets it into a leg lock here. Tegan Nox are not going to stay in that hole for too long. Side headlock on the mat now. Feeling out process from the two women to get things going, finding out their strengths and weaknesses. Tegan Nox pushing Sasha Banks off the ropes there. Comes in with a drop kick, but it seemed as if she grazed Sasha Banks more than anything. But credit to Tegan Nox for picking up right where she left off there. Getting in some good shots on Sasha Banks. Look out now. Double unhook face buster. May have caught the ropes a little bit, or there may be in the arms of Sasha Banks on the way down. Not too sure. What I do know, so that was a brutal move from Tegan Nox this early on in the contest. Looked to duck under Sasha Banks there, but Banks maybe smart to keep on running instead of letting Tegan Nox hitting a good move on her there. Good start from the Welsh Wizard, though. She's got a lot of fire in it. Can Tegan Nox turn that fire into victory? Sasha Banks with a bulldog. Maybe trying to take the fight out from Tegan Nox here and turn it to some fight of her own. Going up next, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have that big main event. Villain Marty Scurll against the leader of Bálor Club in Finn Bálor. Right now, it's time to determine who is next in line to fight Paige. Oh! Tegan Nox up to her feet and with a massive super kick. Kicked out and then kicked Sasha Banks right in the face. Look out now. Has it here. Caught the leg. Throwing her overhead with a suplex. Shoulder pinned down. Is it enough? 2.5 on that suplex. It seems as if Tegan Nox has been studying some tapes from Cesaro, it would seem, over on Monday Night Raw to be pulling off a move like that. Over the top rope. Here goes Tegan Nox, sorry. She comes back though with a big right hand. Tegan Nox sees a chance. Top rope here, looking to fly. Sasha Banks had it read, scouted and countered. Big kick in the back as well. Now I wonder if Sasha Banks is going to be able to hit that, to lock in the bank statement here tonight. Will she fall for the same mistake she has the last 2 times she's looked to lock it in? And that is a rope break being called before she's able to put the match away with it. Sasha Banks maybe being acting up on her ring-savvy nature. She may not even need the ropes here because this stretch is agonizing the limbs of Tegan Nox, but she's able to slip her way out there. Very nicely done indeed. The fact still remains, if Sasha Banks isn't able to get the bank statement locked in without a rope break, could that be the opening that Tegan Nox needs to put this matchup away? The shiniest of wizards. Sasha Banks brings her up to her feet. Oh, big forearm. You saw Tegan Nox stumbling back, trying to stay up on her feet, but nothing was happening there. Running bulldog from the boss now. Not too sure if the Smackdown Women's Champion is in attendance here tonight or not, but wherever she is, she's got to be watching this contest as her next contender is in the ring right now. Tegan Nox, German suplex of hard proportions applied there on Sasha Banks. Is it enough to make her the #1 contender tonight? No, Sasha Banks gets her shoulder up in time. Tegan Nox, however, takes the arms of Sasha Banks here, stretching them back, knee dug in the back. Very nicely done here, agonizing position to be in. The arms aren't meant to stretch backwards like that. Sasha Banks, though, got to get her way out with a nice elbow. I'm watching on intently here in this evening. Sasha Banks sees the opening, gets in the Meteora. Meteora applied there by Sasha Banks. Is it all she wrote? Tegan Nox able to fight her way out there and get the shoulders up in time at 2. Great move from Sasha Banks, though. She's really honing that in as her craft over these last few weeks and turning it into a very effective move. Big slam there for Tegan Nox now as she puts the beating down on Sasha Banks with a quick strike there. Oh, she's flying in that head. Flying in with the headbutt. Leg is hooked. Is Tegan Nox going to be taken up? Paige, oh, you are so close there. Tegan Nox so close to putting the contest away. Maybe all she needs is the shiniest of wizards, and she's going to face Paige. Tegan Nox could be getting the upset. Banks counters. Banks counters it. Comes in with a drop kick. Sasha Banks quick to act here. Going to the top rope. But Tegan Nox, whether she knows it or not, may have just saved her cause by going to the ropes. Look out now. What's going to happen here? Oh no. Oh, hot shotted on that. On that top rope there. Sasha Banks goes to the top rope herself. Frog splash down on Tegan Nox. Put the throat of Tegan Nox down onto the top rope. Nox may be struggling to breathe from that moment on, and it's about to get even worse. This time the ropes aren't a factor. Bank statement is locked in. Sasha Banks has the bank statement. It is locked in tight on Tegan Nox. No ropes to save her, and she has to tap. Sasha Banks is the #1 contender to the Smackdown Women's title. She will face Paige for that title, whatever it may be. Sasha Banks is next in line for it. Sasha Banks, your winner here this evening over Tegan. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Sasha, the damage has been done. The damage has been done here. There is no need to continue. What has gone into the boss? Good God, oh my. Tegan Nox sent into the ring pole and just stomping away on her now. What the hell? Sasha Banks! What is she doing? She got the win. Surely the point was proved. You beat Tegan Nox. You used the top rope. That was underhanded enough. This is taking things too far. On the outside, to add insult to injury. Bank statement on Tegan Nox. This is horrific, but Sasha Banks better get her moving shoes on because here comes Paige. Paige coming down the ring here. And Banks is making a run for it from Paige as well. This title match just got more heated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we saw backstage will lead in to next week's big match. It is a #1 contender match for the chance to face the Good Brothers at No Way Out. It will be the Gorillas of Destiny against the Dangerous Alliance. So a big #1 contenders match announced for next week. A big #1 contenders match that happened here tonight. And a big main event to come our way this evening. Here in Denver, it is time for the villain, Marty Scurll, to take on Finn Bálor. 2 former world champions. Both men two-time world heavyweight champions, in fact. And both men with a huge opportunity in front of them. It is England versus Ireland here tonight for our main event. And it is Villain Club against Bálor Club. Marty Scurll makes his way out here tonight, as confident and as cocky as he always seems to be. I feel as if the last time we saw Scurll in one-on-one action was against Dean Ambrose, when his head was driven into the mat with a dirty deeds. It was an unfortunate loss for Scurll to withstand, but he was beaten by the better man on that evening. And I wonder if Marty Scurll is going to be looking to rebound as quick as possible here tonight. What is going to get the villain fighting here tonight? What is Finn Bálor going to get here from Marty Scurll? Is he going to get that aggressive side to Marty Scurll that we've seen in the past, who just throws what he calls the villain out of the way, really, and goes guns a-blazing towards trying to get the win? Or are we going to see that cunning, underhanded side of Marty Scurll? We are about to find out, but I'll tell you one thing, I don't think there's going to be any more underhanded tactics from this guy. The book was closed at Fastlane. The final chapter was written, and Finn Bálor was the one to write it, with back-to-back coup de grace, finishing off AJ Styles, and subsequently, it seems, finishing off the originals. AJ Styles up and leaving SmackDown Live last week after Tama Tonga and Tangaloa left him high and dry following up from Fastlane. Did Finn Bálor play a part in leading that up? I don't know. Finn Bálor probably doesn't know either. What we do know is that Tama Tonga and Tangaloa snapped in that moment. They took it out on AJ Styles, and Styles said it himself. He quit SmackDown Live. Christian James confirming his release during the week to us as well. AJ Styles no longer a member of the SmackDown Live roster. And I wonder, there are a myriad of reasons and a myriad of suggestions maybe that we can make for why it happened, but I believe chief among which is the obsession after SummerSlam that AJ Styles had with this man. The original's focus shifted from trying to take over SmackDown Live to trying to take out Finn Bálor, and that was where everything came undone. And at Fastlane, it all came to a big close with that massive win for Bálor, and of course with the tag team champions in the Good Brothers. It was chaos across the ring, but it was Bálor who left with his arm raised in victory alongside Gallows and Anderson. And I wonder now, Bálor, for the first time in months, with a clear head, with a head free of the originals of AJ Styles, Bad Luck Fale, with his mind free of all of those names. What is the central focus for Finn Bálor going forward? And could Marty Scurll look to derail it as much as possible? Main event of the evening has begun here tonight in Denver. Bell rings and we're underway. Crowd immediately gearing their support for Bálor Club as we get going here. Feeling out process. Quick collar tie up, but Bálor pushes Scurll off the ropes. A dropkick takes him down. So much to talk about once again here at SmackDown Live, ladies and gentlemen. CM Punk announcing his retirement next Sunday. One final match against Bobby Fish. Damian Priest turning his back on Sanity. A brawl backstage between the Good Brothers and the Dangerous Alliance. The victory for Kota Ibushi over Jay White. And, of course, what we just saw from Sasha Banks as well. Didn't think we'd be seeing that from the boss. Those underhanded tactics. Anyway, I thought she was a really respectful wrestler up until that moment, but it seems as if she is... something's cracked in the mind of Sasha Banks, that's for certain. Right now, though, we get things going here between Scurll and Bálor. There's kind of bringing a summary for you of SmackDown Live thus far. Scurll was able to take control of Bálor. Backdrop led into this chin lock now. Bálor in the middle of the ring. No real way of fighting out of it thus far. But he has found his slip out, and a big jawbreaker there creates some separation between himself and the villain. In comes Finn Bálor here. Leg is hooked. Are we going to have a Regal Plex? Yes, we will. We'll have a bridge to go along with it as well. Cover made by Bálor. Counter two. Nice Regal Plex as well. High angle on that cover. So a snap Regal Plex from White earlier on in the evening. Bálor trying to take advantage here, but Scurll able to bring out the counter there from behind with a backstabber. Scurll's 2019 was much better at the start than it was at the end. That's for certain. Started the year reclaiming his World Heavyweight title, retiring Sting. Came to Smackdown Live with a bang, but since losing to Kazuchika Okada at Judgment Day, it hasn't really been all smiles really for Marty Scurll. It's been a bit of a troublesome period for him, and it's a question of if this matchup here tonight against Finn Bálor will be what starts the uphill period in the graph for Marty Scurll. Big drop kick there by Scurll, takes Bálor off his feet. Certainly seeing that side of Scurll right now that is throwing caution to the wind, that is doing as much as possible to achieve victory here tonight. Goes right into the cover of that DDT and gets a 2 count. Marty Scurll knows what needs to be done to pick up a win over a guy like Finn Bálor. And the villain is absolutely... Oh, there's a little bit of an underhanded tactic for him, kicking him out while he's down. Neck breaker in from behind as well, the way he's working over the head and neck thus far. You could argue that we could be looking to see the chicken wing being locked in. Again, Scurll goes for the cover. Numerous cover attempts already by the villain in this contest, none of which, though, getting the 3 count that he desires. I'm sure Marty Scurll would love another opportunity against the WWE Champion. Okada, of course, doesn't have an opponent for No Way Out thus far. Rainmaker only just removed from his last great title defense against CM Punk, but could this match help to determine the #1 contender maybe to that WWE title? Slap in the face on Marty Scurll. And he is more than happy to celebrate it about the fact as well, with whomever is a member of the Villain Club in Denver here tonight. Scurll rolling to the apron, maybe trying to hope for some peace of mind. Well, he's not going to get that against Finn Bálor. Bálor has him gripped here and will suplex him right back into the ring. Great work by Bálor, and looking to hoist him up for that suplex, but to be able to walk backwards as well as he delivers it. Bálor now going to the top rope. Here we go. Elbow drop, no one home. And Marty Scurll will take advantage. Saito suplex, dumping Bálor right down on his head. Maybe the black play could also be a target for Marty Scurll. It is a move that does bring the man down on his head and neck, really. Scurll from behind, incoming, back suplex. Oh, what a counter from Bálor there. Great counter from Bálor, flips his way out. German suplex now on Scurll. Bridge is made, covers made. Isn't over here, the counter 2 instead comes down. Great kick out from Scurll. Great athleticism from Bálor. In the corner now. Watch how quick this will be. Watch how seamless he makes it look. What a basement drop kick from Bálor. And again, that speed shines through. Another cover is made on Scurll. Both guys with a number of covers thus far as they look to finish off this contest. Odd shot there by Bálor. From behind here again. Back suplex. This time it's Scurll's turn to show off his athleticism. And he'll nail another Saito suplex. A lot of moves being done on the back here in this contest. Super kick there from... Oh, back-to-back super kicks from Marty Scurll. Took the knee out from Bálor and then right in the jaw. And then a figure 4 locked in to capitalize on the damaged leg that he may have obtained there on Finn Bálor from that super kick on the knee. He'll continue to target the knee. Maybe trying to take away the coup de grace from Bálor here. Figure 4 locked in. Bálor just a little bit too far away from the ropes. That doesn't matter though. He turns it around on Scurll. Putting the pressure down on the legs of Scurll instead. The villain does break his way free. But it's Bálor who has the control. Maybe I spoke too soon. Scurll comes in with the counter. Sends Bálor into the turnbuckle here. What are we going to get from Marty Scurll now? Oh no! From that precarious predicament, the bird of prey will strike its target. Marty Scurll hooks the leg. Is it game over for Finn Bálor? No! Again, the shoulders up in time. Scurll can't believe it. So many pinfall attempts, and they haven't been enough. Maybe this will be enough. Calling Bálor to his feet. Might have been planning for Black Plague or the chicken wing. Doesn't matter. Bálor counted it. And Bálor starts a swinging. In the corner we go. Once again here. Bálor sending Scurll face first into the second turnbuckle. Oh, counter is made by Scurll there, however. This match really picked up a notch after the bird of prey. Crowd on their feet for it. Action coming much quicker now from both men. Scurll sending Bálor over the top rope, and a shoulder charge knocks him to the outside as well. Marty Scurll looking to use the outside to take control here in this contest. Really solidify his dominance over Finn Bálor here. Look out, up on the shoulders. Oh no, oh no. Oh, face first into that barricade. It has no give. It has no remorse. And Scurll knows it. And now, slamming his back down on the LED board in the apron. Marty Scurll dominating Finn Bálor on the outside there. The body of Bálor taking a beating. Is it enough for Scurll to finally put away Bálor? Another cover made, and it's still only 2. Marty Scurll will look again. Bálor gives up his back for the chicken wing. Scurll will look to strike. Bálor counters him. And a German suplex comes in. Both guys trying everything here to put the other away. You gotta give him credit. Marty Scurll living up to the name of the villain throughout this contest, but he's really done a number on Bálor. Bálor though with a chance. Sling blade! And Bálor looking to strike. Looking to put away Scurll. Looking for the Bloody Sunday! Driving the head of Marty Scurll into the mat. The middle of the ring. The leg is hooked. There's 2. There isn't 3. Scurll gets the shoulder up in time. And Bálor can hardly believe it. But he still stays on focus. He still stays determined. Scurll might be out on his feet. It might have been instinct alone that enabled the villain to kick out. No, he kicks his way off the top rope. Scurll still going. Oh, and he's going to send Bálor's head into the turnbuckle some more. Bálor, though, this time too resilient to it. Fights his way out from it. From behind, takes the leg out of Scurll. And Bálor goes to the top rope. Is this the moment to finish off the contest? Bálor in position, looking to strike. Coup de grace, no! Scurll evades. Neck breaker from Scurll. Neck breaker from Scurll. Oh, hang on, the villain. Scurll surely had a massive opportunity in front of him to get the win right there. And he's gone outside of the ring. He's maybe catching his breath. Is he thinking through a final game plan right now? Whatever it is, he's just standing there. He's not moving. Referee trying to get him back in the ring. Bálor back up to his feet here. What is Scurll doing? Is this mind games from the villain? Bálor has backed up as much as he can here to get out of the way of Scurll to allow him back in the ring. Referee is at the count of 5. Scurll is just paying no attention to it. And Bálor looking at the crowd as if to say, what the hell is going on here? Scurll up on the apron. Referee admonishing him, telling him to get back in the ring here. Scurll just dropping off. Wait a minute. Wait. Scurll's just walking out. Scurll has just walked out of this match. What? Scurll just walks out here. Bálor wins, but he looks far from happy about it. And why would he be happy? Scurll just walking to the back, ditching this main event. Bálor victorious, but it doesn't look like he's done in the ring right now. Taking a microphone here. Why did Scurll just walk out of this match though? Yeah, Bálor's right. I know he's the villain and all, but he's still a former world champion. But that isn't what Bálor is here to complain about right now. Whose attention is he trying to get? Oh, now we're talking. Finn Bálor wants to close this edition of Smackdown Live by challenging Kazuchika Okada for the WWE title. And he's not going to have to wait for a response either. The coin drops. And that can only mean one thing. The Rainmaker's in the building. And he accepts the challenge. We are on Finn Bálor, Kazuchika Okada for the WWE title.